I am Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. Perfect. Do you need a quick keto breakfast that's high in protein with no eggs? Does anyone need a quick keto breakfast? Some ideas, something new that's high in protein but does not contain eggs? If you do, please give this a thumbs up. Okay? That way I know you're here. No one can see you, I promise, but do give this video a thumbs up. That way I know this topic is interesting to you. A lot of people write me about eggs. Either they're allergic, they're sick of them, whatnot. Share with me, are you excited about some new ideas about quick keto breakfast, high protein, right? We want a high protein breakfast, but without those pesky eggs. So if that sounds like you, give it in the comments and maybe even just explain why this is an interesting topic to you. Tell me if you're allergic or if you have issues or if you're just tired of them. I think it's fun to kind of see where everyone's at. Do you like my giant Easter egg? I've been saving this for so long from the 99-cent store just for this occasion. Anyway, I don't want you to get bored. I don't want you to get frustrated with the same old, especially when it comes to breakfast, because that's how you get up in the morning and you're excited and it sets the tone for the whole day. So I am going to teach you a super duper fast, amazing recipe that is going to blow your mind. It's so simple and it's so delicious. And you are going to be like, no way. Like, promise. This is going to say, goodbye, eggs. We're done with you. Because today I've got the delicious recipe to share. And I'm also going to be highlighting 5 keto diet protein tips that you may have forgotten about. So you're not going to want to miss this. You're going to want to stay tuned for the whole thing. So put your feet up. Don't go anywhere. We'll spend probably like 20 minutes together, 25. And again, I'm going to quickly go over 5 keto diet protein tips that you don't want to miss and reminders before we get into this whole recipe. Fun, right? Da, 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 da. We're excited. First, let's spin the wheel for a prize because so many of you are commenting already. I can see your comments. I'm going to give away something fun to somebody at random from the comments. So the more you participate, the more you share, the more likely you are to win. Woo! And the prize today is keto stickers. How fun is that? That is awesome. I want to do like a... Because look, I put all the cool keto stickers on my drink here, an assortment, and I will send you an assortment for the prize. You're welcome. They're really heavy duty, high quality, bright colors, super motivating. You can put them on your water bottle, on your computer, wherever you want. Your journal, your fridge. It's a fun new prize I have for you. Very exciting. So that is the prize. Be sure to comment, and that way I can choose someone to win. Now, before I get to this exciting recipe that I have all laid out, I can already feel the heat from my chaffle iron over here. I do want to just give you these 5 quick reminders about protein on the keto diet. Real fast. So number 1, here is a reminder for you. This is a reminder, but eggs are not a requirement of the keto diet. So many people think they are. They're like, oh, I can't do keto because I don't like eggs or I'm allergic. It doesn't matter. If you don't like eggs, you don't tolerate eggs, you don't want to eat eggs, that's fine. Don't eat them. So that's reminder number 1. Simple dimple. Simple dimple. Is that a word? Okay, number 2, don't be afraid to choose unconventional, high-protein foods for breakfast. And what I mean by that is you don't have to just be like a soldier and fall in line. I'm going to put on my military jacket like a soldier. This is my Top Gun jacket. You know, just in case Tom Cruise calls me, I'm ready. See, this is Laska. My husband was in the Army, so I borrowed some of his cool items for this podcast, this video. But you don't have to be a soldier. You don't have to get in line. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. So tip number 2, when it comes to protein, when you're thinking about breakfast, don't be afraid to break free of what everybody else is doing. You don't have to be a soldier of keto and do what everyone else is doing. And it's okay to, think outside the box. So a couple of examples real quick before we get to our recipe. Cottage cheese. Does anyone like cottage cheese for breakfast? I know there's some TikTok things going on with cottage cheese. Maybe you could explain that to me in the comments because I need to be in the know. Here is some alligator meat. I'm just kidding. It really is. I bought this in New Orleans just for fun. But don't be afraid to do you. Okay, obviously, alligator meat's a little weird. But maybe you're just adding more protein to your regimen by doing like soy milk, adding it to your coffee, for example. Some of you may be aware that there are some new protein waters on the market. Oh, this is exciting.
That was easy.
These are a super duper easy way to add more protein to your breakfast without using eggs. And this is by Gatorade. These have 10 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and they're flavored water. I know. How exciting. I think we're going to see more and more products like this coming out because people see the benefits of having more protein throughout the day. People, not just weightlifters, people like us on the keto diet. So are some of you reaching like maybe for a protein shake like this? This is a Fairlife, 30 grams of protein for like a chocolate milk drink. They're pretty low in carb. I bet some of you are. But don't be afraid to try unconventional foods that might be high in protein, like lunch meat, for example, providing you don't have an issue with sodium. But maybe you could share some ideas below. It doesn't have to be what everybody else is having. It can be a little bit wacky. Sometimes that's fun. I remember Tamara, my friend that I walk with, she told me that she eats like leftover salad sometimes for breakfast. I was like, girl, you do you. You're having salad for breakfast. Who knew? I could not handle that, but maybe you could. I don't know. Obviously, your salad might need to have something on there for protein, like turkey or things of that nature, nuts. But be sure to get a list in your brain of those high protein foods that you can tolerate and enjoy for breakfast. Now, I share lots of cheat sheets inside Extra Easy Keto. You'll have cheat sheets galore. So sorted from high to low, high protein, low carb foods. I put tables together. That way it's all right here for you at your fingertips. You're not having to look up stuff on the carb tracker apps and then wondering if it's correct or not. It probably isn't. It's very stressful. So make a little list for yourself or check the cheat sheet that I provided you in your copy of Extra Easy Keto. And that way you can choose from some delicious high protein, low carb foods. That way you know what you're doing and the decisions are done for you. So another tip for you, or a reminder about protein. Now, protein really helps curb hunger, okay? I know some people are like, well, why do I have to have protein? I don't really want to eat that. I understand. A lot of us would, go back to our olden days of having cereal or oatmeal, toast. We like those old comforting foods. But mark my words, protein helps ward off that hangry face. Like, later in the morning, I understand if you're trying to do the intermittent fasting or whatnot, but if you're feeling really cranky and hangry and grumpy and negative and, upset that you're starving to death, you don't have to. Grab yourself a high protein snack of your choice and ward off that hangriness because you want to be happy. That's the whole point of, dirty, lazy keto. Do it a lifestyle forever, right? You don't want to just lose a couple pounds and gain it all back because you're so miserable and mad at yourself and furious and starving. No, thank you. You want to have foods that fill you up to make you satisfied and taste good, right? That way you can stick with it for the long haul and develop some new, healthier habits. So again, protein helps curb hunger. Make sure to tip number 4, or reminder number 4 before we get to this. I only have 5, so we're almost there. Here's number 5. We're almost there. But tip number 4 is no need to count and obsess about protein. A lot of you in the comments might be asking, well, how much protein? How many grams? I'm this tall. I'm this. Okay, relax. I don't think that you need to stress and count every single gram and be all crazy. Just get your list out, your personal list, or use my cheat sheet from Extra Easy Keto and make sure that you have a little bit of protein or a serving at least at every meal. Keep it simple. Have a serving of protein at every meal. See how you feel. See how your hunger is, see how your weight loss comes along, and then make adjustments as you go. Don't get all crazy and stressed out. That's when people quit. They get angry, frustrated, scared, worried, etc. Put that away. So remember, you guys, this is tip number 5, and then we're going to start our recipe because I can tell it's already preheated. And you're ready. You want to know. It's like, let's eat. So tip number 5 before we start the recipe is just a quick reminder. A lot of people do get confused between Atkins and the keto diet. This is tip number 5. Atkins, you guys. Do you know how Atkins differs from the keto diet? I'll just tell you real quick. Atkins is high in protein, highest in protein, moderate in fat, and low in carbs. That's the Atkins diet. Like high protein, moderate fat, low in carbs. Now the keto diet, this is tip number 5, the order is slightly different. So I just want to remind you of that. You probably know it deep in your brain, but the keto diet is going to be higher in fat, okay? Highest in fat in terms of your overall caloric intake. Second will be moderate in protein, moderate, nothing crazy or psychotic, just moderate, and then low in carbs. So they're both similar with the low in carb part, but it's the top 2 tiers that are flipped. Any questions about that? Doesn't have to be so complicated. I just wanted to help, remind you if that was a problem or you had a question about it. But again, don't stress. It doesn't have to be so crazy. So feel free to break from the mold, do your own thing, take it easy. It's going to work out. So here is a wonderful recipe for you guys. This is a quick keto breakfast, high in protein. Again, no eggs. No eggs today. Here it is. Now, this is going to be called the everything toast. The everything toast. Everything. Now, I'm not going to use keto bread, though. Oh, she's like, how's she going to do that? I'm telling you, this is going to blow your mind. It's so magical. It's so high in protein, so tasty. This is going to revolutionize your whole breakfast. So just be ready. This is what you need for our recipe today. First of all, you are going to need, now don't run away from me. I was waiting to tell you this. Don't run away, promise. But you're going to need a package of extra firm tofu. Okay, don't run away. Just stick with me. Hear me out. 1 pound of extra firm tofu. You're going to need this drained and pressed. Now what I do is I put mine in this really cute little gadget. It's called a tofu torture. Isn't that hilarious? And it straps it in there and there's like a torture chamber and it squeezes the water and the moisture out. I do this in the refrigerator and then every, few hours I'll dump it over and drain it. And then I bring it down another level. Okay. So I do that like for 24 hours. But if you're rushed for time, you can press on and do it a little faster. On the alternative, if you don't have this extra easy, if you don't have the extra firm tofu, this would be what else you see on the market. This is like a firm, and they also have like soft. You don't want this. Now this is like 99 cents at the dollar store. Definitely don't want this. It'll fall apart. This is more of a scramble type ingredient. But when you are working with slabs, we're going to be creating some toast. You want it extra firm and extra dry. So if you have any questions, let me know. Now, 1 pound of tofu is going to serve about, according to this package, 5 people. Now, other brands might say 4. So, okay. It could be 4. It could be 5. We're going to see what your brand does. Here with my product that I've purchased, I'm also going to recommend that we get out some olive oil, okay? And I'm going to show you what it looks like once it's out of the package, okay? I know, I'm like all over the place. I'm too excited. I mean, really, this is going to blow your mind. So we talked about needing the extra firm tofu. We talked about needing a little bit of olive oil. That's going to be another thing that you need. And for toppings today, you're going to have a choice of 2 different ways to do your everything toast. You could either get a large avocado and peel it, core it, mash it, and a small to medium tomato, thinly sliced. Or if that doesn't appeal to you, get out your cream cheese. This is your Philadelphia cream cheese. It's, from what I can understand, the lowest in carbs on the market. But tell me if you have a trick or a favorite. So after we get out our tofu that's been super drained, okay, that's going to be our starting ingredient. I'm going to show you how to cut it and what it looks like. And I'm jumping ahead a little bit. I'm all over the place. I'm super excited. And the last thing that we're going to need for either recipe, if you want either the avocado toast with the tomatoes or the cream cheese, both recipes, I'm going to recommend that you get out your everything but the bagel seasoning. It's also called everything seasoning. And I do have a recipe for this that I can put in the comments below. It's in, I think, the Dirt Cheap Cookbook. It's in one of the recipes. I'll put a link to which page that is. Okay, So directions. Let me get started. Get focused. Get focused. Plug in your waffle iron, your chaffle iron, whatever you want to call it. Get it all preheated. You are going to lay your giant thing of tofu, the whole brick, the whole 1 pound. You're going to lay it on a cutting board. Let me show you what it looks like when you first take it out of the little packagey thing. I'm going to put on my gloves because one viewer requested it, and I'm real nice. Even though I'm in my studio, we're going to do that. Just to be sanitary. All right, so I'm going to open up my little tofu chamber torture thing. If you don't have one of these, doesn't matter. It's just cute. You can just put it on a plate, put something heavy on top. Any way you slice it. You're just wanting to drain it. You can even just put the package upside down on a plate or a bowl. That'd be fine too. The point is, as it sits, look, do you see the water coming out? Yep. Every couple hours or every hour, you're just going to want to drain the excess moisture off of your tofu. That way, here it is. I'm going to hold up the whole brick. It shrinks and it becomes extra dry and more compact. So this is a 1 pound tofu cube. Extra, extra firm, super duper, 24 hours dry. That's the first thing. If you don't do that, you might have lots of problems. So trust me in this one. Now you're going to put this on your cutting board. And I do recommend you use a very sharp knife, super duper sharp knife. And you are going to cut it horizontally. When I was a teacher, I used to say, cut it like a hamburger. That meant sideways. Because the kids understood hamburger side. So you're going to cut it horizontally to make 4 even slabs. Okay? 4 even slabs. So use a sharp knife. I'm going to go down the middle. Go slow with your sharp knife. That way you don't break, it doesn't crumble. So now I've got 2 giant slabs. Now you're going to cut these in half again, just like a hamburger. That way you have 4 even slabs. And go slow, like I said, with your sharp knife. Now I've done this a million different ways, and I'm going to give you the tips and tricks to make this work out the best. Because I don't want you to have any trouble. I want your recipe to be perfect and as fabulous as mine. So after you cut it into 4 slabs, stack them all up on top of each other, and then cut them in half again, making 8 mini slabs. So here is what that looks like. I already have these pre-cut, just in case I had trouble on camera. But here we go. So you can see what they look like. They're about 2 inches by 4 inches in size, and they're pretty thin. See these lovely slabs? All right, I've got them all here in a dish. And you're ready for the next step. This is super important. Don't skip this one either. Coat both sides of your slabs, your mini slabs here, coat them in olive oil. Now, I've got a pouring olive oil. This is like what I keep next to my stove. And I also have a spray olive oil. Whatever you want to do is fine. Or you can just put it old school in a dish and it'll get all drippy. That's fine too. Just for the sake of argument, I'm going to use this, kind of pour it. I should hold it over the camera so you can see if you're watching. So I'm going to go bloop, 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 bloop. Here we go. Try not to drop the oil here in my office. I'm going to flip the slabs over and make sure I coat the other side as well. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, so I've got my tofu slabs. There's 8 of them. They're about 2 inches by 4 inches. And now I'm ready to go. I'm going to put these inside the waffle iron. Now, my waffle iron has 2 squares. How many does yours have? Some people have a giant waffle iron. You might have 4 squares. You might have a teeny tiny waffle iron with only 1 square. However many waffle iron squares you have is how many you get to stick in to make at a time. Now, I'm going to put these right in the center of the waffle iron form, and then I'm going to close the waffle iron. I'm dripping. I'm going to close the waffle iron and secure it shut. You're going to hear a hiss when you do it, okay? Because it's going to go swoosh. Here we go. Can you hear the bubbling? And I'm going to close it, and it's going to be squish. Here we go. Can you hear it? off my gloves because that's working along. Fun, right? So now I'm going to set a timer for 12 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer alarm for 12 minutes.
12 minutes, counting down.
Perfect. All right, so that's cooking. And then I'll just wrap this up by giving you the final tips. Because y'all know you don't have to wait for 12 minutes here on the magic of our channel, because I, of course, went ahead and made one of these this morning so that you could see what it looks like without having to wait the full 12 minutes. Now, the squishy noise is normal, okay? After 12 minutes, you are going to take it out. I recommend using a plastic fork. This way you don't damage your nonstick waffle iron. Now, a lot of people might be like, well, why are you putting oil on it? Because it's a nonstick waffle iron. Doesn't make sense. I've tried this both ways, 100 different ways, and I feel like this gives it the best flavor and the best crunch and the best cooking method. So trust me on this. You want to use a little oil on each side. Plus, as remember when we were talking about protein earlier, fat is the top tier, right, of the keto diet. It's higher in fat, moderate in protein, lower in carbs. That's the diet, the keto diet in a nutshell. So this is cooking away. And then what you're going to do is, what did you choose? Are you excited about avocado and tomato, or tomato toast, avocado toast? My kids love that. It's kind of a new thing, isn't it? So I mashed up my medium avocado. I diced up my tomato. Do you like avocado toast? It's like a newer thing, right, with the younger people. I never had it really until recently. And now I'm addicted. Super healthy and delicious. So you could go this route, or you could top your toast with some cream cheese. Teaspoon, a tablespoon per serving. Now, I've tried them both, and they're equally delicious. So I think it's just going to depend on what kind of mood I'm in. Oop. But either way, no matter which route you go, sprinkle the everything seasoning all over your toast. So let me show you what it looks like, because I know right now you're like, well, I can't envision this. I don't know. Tofu sounds disgusting. Some of you out there, right? You're like, I've never had tofu. It sounds scary. I don't know about that, Stephanie. So let me show you what it looks like, and let me explain to you why this is so great. First of all, ta-da! Can I get a gold star? Look how impressive this is. It's beautiful, okay? And it tastes great, and it's got like a little crunch to it. I'm telling you, this is going to blow your mind. I gave a bite to my husband, and he went, oh! When I gave him the bite of the avocado toast, he was like, that's good. Make some of that for me. I was like, I know, right? The toast is even a little crunchy. Delicious. And then I gave him a bite of the... First, let me enjoy that. And then I gave him a sample test of the toast with cream cheese and everything but the bagel seasoning. And he was like, that tastes just like a bagel. I'm like, I know. This is amazing. Like, seriously.
That was easy.
And it was so easy to make. All you really did was have to drain some tofu. That was the most work. And kind of think ahead. That was the most work out of all of this. And then cutting it and being kind of slow and careful as you cut it. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. But they're delicious. They're easy. And for me, according to the package that I have, my 1 pound tofu package, 1 serving would be 2 slices. So that's both of these. Crazy fabulous, you guys. This makes me so happy. I'm getting like a huge burst of protein. It's kind of, outside the norm of maybe what other people are doing, which I like because I'm a rebel. I'm just going to keep eating. So good. So good, you guys. I can't stand it. It's so good. Can I give myself a gold star? I mean, this is like a miracle. So if you're done with eggs, you're looking for something new and fresh, something interesting, you want some more protein in your diet, I highly recommend this. I'm like, and the oil gives it like a little crunch in the outside, just like toast. So you take a bite and you're like, it's just fantastic. You are going to love it. I can't wait to know if you are a fan of the avocado tomato toast, or if you are a fan of the cream cheese with everything toast. Now you can serve this immediately. I recommend it while it's still warm. And remember, 2 pieces is a serving for you. So in case you're wondering too, you might be asking me in the comments. I couldn't see because I don't have my glasses. But you might have been asking, well, how much protein is in this? I should have started with that, right? So a slab here is around 10 grams of protein. Pretty fabulous, right? And it's super low in carb, only a little less than, well, it's about 2 grams of net carbs per serving. So I'm saying that's a win, you guys. That's fantastic. That is a good deal. And it tastes great. Be sure to also add your net carbs or nutrition for if you chose the avocado and the tomato and the everything seeds. You'll want to add that nutrition in there as well. Or the cream cheese. So that might give you some additional net carbs depending on what you chose. So what a deal, huh? Good stuff. I'm so excited that there's 2 more pieces. After the 12 minutes, just keep going and repeat until all of your little slabs, mini slabs are done cooking. And then you're good. So here's the reminder. I want to just encourage you, be creative, step outside the box. Don't try to be perfect. Okay. Here's my like, go get them. I'm like, run. Don't be like, I gotta be perfect. I gotta calculate everything. Nope. Just eat some protein at every meal. See how it makes you feel. Make adjustments as needed. It's the dirty, lazy keto way. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be simple. So simple that you might be like, oh my gosh, this is it. Why have I been doing this my whole life? I know, we've all been lied to, told to eat cereal every morning and oatmeal and bran muffins. Thumbs down to that. We want to go the high protein way. I think it's doable for life and it's more satisfying. So top it with that fat, the cream cheese, the avocado, and enjoy that delicious, quick keto breakfast, which was high in protein with no eggs. So you can do it, you guys. Can I give you a gold star? Gold star again. Big ding, ding, ding. And a huge round of applause for being here today. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the great work. And did I tell you about the video I'm gonna link up next? I don't think I did. If you're interested in protein in particular, the next video I will link up for you in the comments will be a quick protein snacks for keto. So snacks, all about protein. I also have a protein drink video, protein powder and drink video I can link up. So I'll link up both of those in the comments. But that should help, right? You're going to be on board. Ask your questions, make your comments. Otherwise, give yourself a huge round of applause because you're amazing. You are amazing. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work.